How do you get your music on more Spotify playlists when you are a small indie artist? Well, in this video, I'm going to walk through a very simple process you can follow so that you can get on more playlists and trigger the Spotify algorithm so you can explode your Spotify streams. Hi, I'm Reagan Ram with OrpheusAudioAcademy.com, helping you make better music and grow your fan base online. So there are really two ways to grow your Spotify streams with playlists. One can get you streams right away and quickly boost your results. The other way is more of a long-term strategy, but it can also yield really good results. So I'll start with the long-term strategy first. But before I dive into these two strategies, there's a little prerequisite exercise you need to do first. And that is thinking of each of your songs as a single. This is because there's so many different types of Spotify playlists out there that even if you have a bunch of similar songs on the same album, not all of them might fit any one particular playlist, right? All your songs have different characteristics that make them fit into different types of playlists. So the first thing you want to do is you want to consider every song like it's its own single, and you want to categorize each of your songs and break down what are all the different characteristics of each song. For example, what are all the different possible genres for every individual one of your songs, right? You might have one main umbrella or even secondary genres for each song, but then every individual one of your songs might have some other subgenres it might fit in. So categorize that for each of your songs as well. Now, there also might be different seasons that a particular song fits more than another one of your songs. So there's a bunch of different Spotify playlists out there by season. It could be, winter related, summer, spring, fall, or even like music for certain holidays, right? So you're going to want to also categorize your songs in that way. And does it fit more with a particular time of the year? And so by categorizing your songs that way, now there's even more playlists you can potentially reach out to for each song. And then, are there any feelings or moods that your song creates, right? List as many feelings and moods as you can as well, because there's probably a playlist for each one of those feelings and moods out there on Spotify. Finally, just any other descriptive words that would fit your song is just a great idea as well. So just go ahead and go through and list any ideas that come to mind that you can describe your songs with. And by the way, if you want help categorizing your songs, then be sure to click in the description below and download my free checklist that will walk you through the process of how you can categorize your songs going forward. All right, with that in mind, let's move into the long-term strategy for growing your Spotify streams, and that is building your own playlists, right? So not just like what I'm listening to or your artist discography, but what are different maybe moods, seasons, genres, what have you, can you create on your own that your music would fit into? So you can start creating your own network of Spotify playlists that you can then promote on social media so that you're growing your own playlists that you you own the streams there. So you can you always have your own playlist built up that you can add your music to. Now, it might take you a couple years or something to build up these playlists so that they have a lot of followers, but time's going to pass anyway. So you might as well create them and start building them, start promoting them so that you now have basically built up a network of your own playlists that anytime you release a song, you can put it on one or more of those playlists. And that will boost then the streams for that song. Now, the second way you can grow, which is a much faster way to grow and a more active way to grow, is by reaching out to playlisters. Now, there's a specific type of playlist you want to reach out to. You want to reach out to user-generated playlists because you can't really control whether or not you get on any of those other types of playlists, those being the algorithmic playlists that Spotify generates automatically or the editorial playlists. Now, there's also companies and organizations that create playlists on Spotify. You also want to avoid those because you're probably not going to be able to get on those. So we're looking for playlists that regular, everyday people are creating on Spotify. And because not only are you more likely to get on these, especially as a smaller artist, but in general, they are real playlists with real listeners. So why is it good to then get on these playlists, even if they're smaller? Well, This is because of how the Spotify algorithm works, right? There's different indicators that Spotify looks at that indicates whether a song is bad or good and whether or not they should share it or not. And so some of the bad indicators are, people not listening all the way through, or it has a very low, listen to save rate. So whereas the good indicators are, people listened all the way through or listened through a large percentage of the song, it's been liked, it's been saved, or it's been added to a playlist. So even if you're reaching out to these smaller playlists, just getting a song added, even if it doesn't have a ton of followers, that is helping boost your song in the eyes of the Spotify algorithm. So if you can get your song added to a lot of these playlists and they start to get listens, they start to get likes, hopefully some shares, and people start adding it to their playlists as well, then you can really trigger the Spotify algorithm. So then your songs are getting added to the algorithmic playlists such as Discover Weekly, Release Radar, your Daily Mix, Spotify Radio, and so on. So in summary, the key to unlocking the Spotify algorithm is to get your music on more user-generated Spotify playlists. So the question is, how do you do this? Well, the first step after you've categorized all your songs is to identify user-generated playlists that your music would fit on. So go into the Spotify search and start typing in those different keywords, those different phrases and descriptors that fit with your music, and then sort by playlists and start looking through and finding playlists that would fit with your music. Now, the key is to look at who created the playlist. And so if it has an actual person's name, first name and last name, it's probably a user-generated playlist, whereas it has a company name, or if it's something related to a Spotify algorithmic playlist or editorial playlist, then you're going to want to skip those. So then you can go through and follow all these different playlists that are owned by users, user-generated playlists, and you could even put them in a folder in your Spotify sidebar to keep things organized, so you don't have a huge list of playlists now, clocking up your Spotify account. And then you can start contacting these people, right? So you can go to the playlist, click on the creator of the playlist, and you're going to see a picture, a profile picture. And more often than not, this profile picture, these people who have created a Spotify account, they've set up their account through Facebook. So that means that profile picture you're seeing is their picture on Facebook. So now you have a name and you have a picture. So you can go then to Facebook and you can type in their name, sort by people, and then scroll through until you find the corresponding picture. And then from there, you go to their profile, you add them as a friend or follow them if you can't do that. And then you just send them a message asking if they would check out your music and see if it would be a fit for their playlist. And so that is the formula. You just start contacting all these different playlists, and a portion, right? A lot of them aren't going to respond back. Maybe only 10% will actually respond back and actually listen to your song. And then a portion of those will accept. So it does take a lot of legwork. It does take messaging a lot of people, but it's a surefire way if you have good music and you're targeting the right playlists that you're going to get your music on playlists, even as a small artist. And the more playlists you get on, the more streams you're going to get, and the greater your odds are of triggering that Spotify algorithm so that your streams can explode. Now, if this system sounds really good to you and you want more help with growing your Spotify streams and actually getting to the point where you're making your first $1,000 a month from Spotify, then I highly recommend you check out my course, the Spotify Acceleration System. I'll have a link to this in the description below. And this course will walk you through this entire process in step-by-step in great detail so you know exactly what to do to grow your Spotify streams. This course also includes scripts, checklists, and trackers to make things easier and as done for you as possible so that you can spend more time growing your streams. So if you're tired of uploading music to Spotify and not seeing any results and hardly getting any streams, then this course is for you. So be sure to click that in the description below or go to orpheusaudioacademy.com/SAS and learn how you can grow your Spotify streams to the point where you're making your first $1,000 a month from streaming. All right, if you found this video helpful, feel free to drop a like and subscribe for more content like this. And let me know in the comments below, how many total streams have you gotten from Spotify up to this point in time? All right, have a great day and keep creating.